I used to dream about her face before I ever set eyes on her. So when I finally met her, it felt like I was home. Everything made sense. All the bad times was behind me now because I had finally found the missing piece to my puzzle. So for the first time in my life, the path out of the darkness was no longer a dimly lit road, surrounded by dense decaying trees and paved with jagged shards of glass, no longer engulfed by shadows or shrouded in mystery. The route to the exit from the abyss was now a warm, well-lit street, filled with the sounds of a vibrant city bustling with life, instead of the empty silence of a deathly forest cold and forgotten by nature. So now the nightmare was finally over and my wildest hopes and dreams had finally materialized into reality and come true. All that I ever wanted was living and breathing, and standing right in front of me asking me to take her hand and step into the light and embark on a journey of love, trust, passion and fun. So I leaped blindly out of my comfort zone and abandoned the place that I called home for so long, because this was it. My moment had come. After all this time, my happiness had arrived and was staring at me with her big brown eyes. And within milliseconds of me staring back, I was lost, trapped in the notion that I was in the presence of my soulmate, that person that was put on this earth for me and only me. And while what happened next was nothing short of an exquisitely divine piece of heaven on a summer's day, the clouds soon began to form and the weather quickly changed. Where there was once a brilliant fire, there was now a dull feeling of monotony. The passion was dead, the spark diminished, smiles became more and more rare, while the arguments only increased in frequency. And as I watched the first set of nails be hammered into the coffin that contained my whole entire reason for being, I began to feel cold and felt the familiar ache of loneliness creeping back into existence. And over time we parted ways many times, but we always found our way back home, back into the embrace of each other's arms. So even though I witnessed nail after nail gradually become one with that coffin, I still held on to a sliver of hope, because no matter what, we was meant to be. Why else would we keep returning to each other? And now as I say it out loud, I realize how naive that sounds, and I can see how foolish I truly was, because the nightmare never really ended. It was all a mirage and the dream was merely a plot twist in this story of sadness and anguish. Every softly whispered sweet word was a poisonous lie encased in sugar, true colors showing the dye on the fabric of my joy now faded. I hear the voice of Mistress Melancholy calling once again, and like a siren song there's no hope once the melody is heard. The sun begins to set and the shadows start to form. The ground opens up and swallows the once bustling city in fire and chaos. And when the flames finally die, all that's left standing in the rubble in the distance is a solitary leafless tree with a noose hanging from the highest branch. And as each day passes, I edge closer towards the horror on the horizon. The weight on my shoulders, I feel a deep sorrow in my soul. My heart fragmented into microscopic pieces, I see the writing on the wall. The truth is now plain to see, and memories of the past are now cerebral torture. The journey at an end, I begin to scale the tree, tears in my eyes, and the only thing that I can think as the noose tightens around my neck, stealing my last dying breath is, I wish I never met her.